It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Most teenagers would be taking it easy, but this group of ninth graders is on a mission.
We're planting a garden in a neighborhood in our community so people can grow food and use it and stuff like that.
In this community, we came to realize we have a lot of vacant lots. One of the things vacant lots do is to breed crime. Sometimes pushing drugs. It breeds idleness in terms of kids in the neighborhood not having anything to do.
No, but I want to.
Now, the vacant lots are being put to good use. They're being used to grow fresh fruits and vegetables, which right now are not readily available in the neighborhood. The new garden will help community residents eat better, and it will also improve their neighborhood. And the garden won't just benefit the people who live near it. The teens who came here to work today also get the experience of making a difference. It's called advocacy, taking action for the good of others.
I think it's good to go and sort of see a different side of life and to be able to help.
Kind of get a real idea of what it's like to live in a low-income neighborhood and really look at ways to maybe solve this in the future as they grow up and journey out into life.
We want you to encourage the kids to use the tools as much as possible.
I think it needs what we're doing. I mean, I think it's really important that we're digging this garden and taking care of this empty land that's not being used. And I think it's a really good idea.
An idea that will have long-lasting benefits.
They're hoping eventually to be able to sell some of that food, even sell it not only in the neighborhood, but to some restaurants, and try to make some money for the neighborhood, perhaps scholarship programs.
The garden was going to be used for the community that we were in, and that it was going to be a helpful tool in pretty much their life, like everything, kind of like they could eat vegetables from it or sell, make profit from some of the things that we grew there. And it's also just a nice thing to do with empty space, is to make a garden instead of just leaving it, because it's beautiful for one, and it's just helpful because just making food and everything that goes along with that.
How does this volunteer work help the residents? How does it help the volunteers? Hunger is one of the world's most desperate problems, especially for children. Over a third of the world's children are underweight, and about 5 million kids die every year from problems related to hunger.
They need the nutrition for their bones to be healthy, for them to grow at a normal rate.
Although the majority of undernourished children live in other countries, this is a problem in America too. These teens recognize the need to feed children and their families in their own community, and they've decided to help people who are having trouble buying enough food.
We're making food for families of however many people are in the family, and we give them fruit, cereal, cookies, macaroni and cheese, and little instant strawberry mousse stuff like Jell-O, I guess.
It may not seem like much, just a box of food most people have at home. But for the people who will get the boxes, these are the carbohydrates, the vitamins, the protein that their bodies need to grow and stay healthy.
Especially through adolescence, it's really important that they get all their nutritional needs met with going through the changes in puberty. And for girls, the lack of food and the lower body fat can lead to amenorrhea, which can lead to lower estrogen levels, which can lead to bone fractures and osteoporosis and other kinds of problems, and even fertility problems later on in life.
Lashika enjoys working alongside dozens of other teenagers in this food pantry.
I mean, you're actually using your hands to do things that, help other people, and I'm pretty sure the people that gets the basket is thankful for it.
You're helping them for another day, another week, so they wouldn't have to scavenge all their money around for just a little bit of food.
The families are getting the support they need until they can support themselves. And the volunteers get something too. The comfort of knowing they can make a dent in a huge problem.
This is the kids doing this. We're here to help them. We're here to guide them. We're here to make sure that they get it done and follow through and support them. But, this was the kids' idea to start this, and we went from 30 families a month when we first started. More than doubled that in less than 6 months, and we're up to over 300 a month here.
It makes me feel like I'm doing something important with my time, that I'm helping other people out and that they're getting what they need through me and through the organization. But it makes me feel really good to see what I'm doing and how I'm helping people.
It makes you happier, helping people out, like bring something out in you that you usually wouldn't feel.
By everybody volunteering and helping everybody that they benefit from it, not only the other people benefit that I think they do. We're helping them knowing that they help somebody throughout their life, and they'll carry that with them forever.
Those teens are helping people face to face in their own community. But what about people who live thousands of miles away?
All of my dear friends have left.
Karina is reading emails from friends she made online. They live on the other side of the world, but their words make their situation clear. They're suffering terribly.
The last emails we got were incredibly powerful and made us cry as we read them.
They're just like us, but they just live in a different environment and different circumstances.
They're drinking contaminated water. They don't hardly have any food.
Television and the internet bring problems from around the world right into our homes and let us see that there are people who need help.
I think what's symbolic of is just, again, how small the world is now. You can't escape anything now. What affects them affects me. It used to be over there, but it ain't no over there now. It's all right here. And that's what technology has done, how the world is shrunk. It's all right here.
But how can a group of teenagers make a difference from thousands of miles away?
One hairbrush, one wide tooth comb, one fingernail clipper.
Karina's class decided to help put together care packages. They're small items, things most people take for granted. But for someone who has lost their home, or family, or simply can't buy their own, it makes a difference.
Make sure every bag has something that looks like this.
We don't have any illusion at the service committee that a health kit for an individual is going to be the be-all and end-all of relief work. But the hygiene kits are important in the sense that it's a personal expression, and especially for young people who can't necessarily even afford the contents of a kit or can't afford to write a check for relief work. It gives them an activity and a personal expression of their concern that is manageable.
Oh, I decided just to help, and that makes it feel better, like I'm expressing my feelings.
I can change anything, because if I keep doing what I'm doing and continuing to think the way I think and let everybody hear my voice, I think I can make a difference.
I feel that I am making a difference because they say that the youth is our future, and I think it is true.
So one of the best things for helplessness, certainly, is to feel empowered and get active and involved. That's the best way to feel that you can make a difference.
When you recognize someone else in need and want to make a difference, there are lots of ways to do it.
So we're trying to organize a blood drive at the school.
I'm definitely going to donate money.
Or you could clean up a stream.
You know it's a problem, so you have to really do something about it.
Get involved in politics.
Hopefully today we can talk to our senator and let him know that we have some solutions, and hopefully we can get together and make some things happen.
Or build a home for a family.
I do think it's very important that the teen takes that lead and says, okay, this is my project now.
One person can't solve the world's problems. But just think of where the world would be if no one made an effort. If no one opened food pantries, sent care packages, or tried to help starving children. Every little bit makes a difference.
Well, I just don't like to see people in pain, and I've always wanted to help people. I mean, like when I grow up, when I go to college, I want to have a career that has to do with helping people.
I'm in a position to help, and I think that I should.
I'm afraid of needles.
No matter what the specific situation, the need for advocacy is universal. You can't solve the problems of everyone in need, but when you recognize a need, you can take action and lend support that makes the situation a little better.
Now let's get 3 volunteers. 3 volunteers who didn't plan over there.
Awareness is a big thing, just because, you know, you hear things and you study things, but you don't, especially people outside of low-income neighborhoods, they always hear that, oh, there's poverty and there's this, and you think there's drugs, and there is. I mean, there's a high prevalence of that here, but a lot of these kids have a lot to offer, and they just need that outlet.
Teens like Jamie, who will benefit from the food grown in the garden and from meeting kids from another neighborhood who cared enough to help plant it.
I think it's a wonderful thing by gardening. You get to play in the dirt, you get to see different people, and that's the reason why I came out here.
Please come back and let's
come back and visit the garden sometime. And I hope you'll go back and visit it and perhaps see local people, neighbors, and children working on those garden plots.
It would be really cool to go back, like, sometime in the late spring and just, like, see everything growing a lot and just know that you really helped that happen.
Well, getting up early on a Saturday is a drag, but it was all worth it. I mean, I felt good getting out there and planting flowers, digging dirt. It was all worth it.
It also, of course, takes us all out of ourselves to do a project for someone else and know that it'll be very worthwhile. Food, yeah, it's growing food for the neighborhood.
I'm happy to help out in the neighborhood. I could be doing other things, but dedicated my time to this, so that's what I'm going to do.
I hope it's wonderful and that I hope it brings them what they need.
How could you help someone in your community?